Anthony Joshua tells Deontay Wilder, stop worrying about negotiations and just worry about fighting. Stay tuned, coming up next.
Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
Kind of agree in terms. In all my career, when I fought champions, I fought multiple world title challengers, and I've managed to kind of focus on the fight more so than the negotiations. With Wilder, I seem to see that it's more about the negotiations than it is the fight. So I'm having issues. So it's not up to me whether he fights or not. It's up to him and his team. But if they believe that they're good enough to beat me, then they have the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Yeah. You know. So you can't expect to have the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow without foraging through the forest and going through, some tough times. So that's what I'm saying is, don't worry about the pot of gold just yet. It's there, but let's fight first and prove who the best of the heavyweight division is right now. And that's what I feel it is. So, and if it's not him, then I've got to continue with my boxing career. I can't sit around waiting for him. Yeah.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, Anthony Joshua says the issues he had with the Deontay Wilder situation is that Deontay Wilder and his team is more focused on negotiations and money and worrying about the pot of gold. He states that, why don't we worry about fighting and then worry about the pot of gold after we fight? The only thing about that is, Anthony Joshua is the one that was worrying about the pot of gold. He mentioned when he was on the show First Take, we could go negotiate this fight, but don't make any fantasy demands. If it's not about money, then why are you worrying about the demands he makes? If it's all about fighting, then why are you worrying about the demands he makes? Then he stated he wanted $50 million. He said, give me $50 million and I'll fight you tomorrow. That's about money. You also offered Deontay Wilder a flat fee. He accepted. The only thing he didn't accept in the contract was no rematch clause if he should have lost. Eddie Hearn admitted to this. Eddie Hearn said, the mistake I made was not putting a two-way rematch clause in the contract, in the negotiations. So if you come out and you try to say, oh, that wasn't the reason, that is the reason. And so for all the haters that come out and they make videos talking about, oh, Blue Blood makes up stories, he didn't put out stipulations what's in the $50 million contract. What do you mean what's in the $50 million contract? You asked for $50 million and he offered you $50 million. Point blank and period. That's what he did. So it became about money on Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn's side, not Deontay Wilder's side. This all became about money, negotiations, and leverage on Anthony Joshua's side. And his fans and and everybody that tries to defend it continues to say Anthony Joshua is the A side. He sells out Wembley Stadium. Deontay Wilder never did that. Why are you bringing that up if it's only about fighting? Why did you bring up $50 million if it's only about fighting? Why are you bringing up who's the A side in fantasy contracts if it's only about fighting? He accepted everything you offered except the contract with the rematch clause. He wanted a rematch clause should he lose. He is the longest reigning heavyweight champion in the sport of boxing. So he asked for a rematch clause. Should he lose, he gets a rematch clause. Just like you wanted a rematch clause. Should you lose, you get a rematch clause. So if Anthony Joshua was to lose, he get an immediate rematch. But if Deontay Wilder was to lose, he doesn't get a rematch. He's the longest reigning champion. I'll repeat this. He's been a champion longer than Anthony Joshua. So that's all he asked. He took a flat fee that Lennox Lewis came out, Evander Holyfield, and many others came out and said they would not agree to. Right? But you continuously get people out here to try to defend it and say, well, why didn't he do this and why didn't he do that? Well, if it's not about money and it's only about focusing on fighting and worrying about the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow after the fight, then why did Anthony Joshua sit on First Take with Max Kellerman and say, we can get this done, don't make up any fantasy contracts? Don't outprice yourself. How could he outprice himself if it's not about money? If you're solely focused on fighting, then how could you outprice yourself? You couldn't. You can only outprice yourself if you're worried about money, correct? That's right. We know. We know. But that's all I got for y'all. It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media, and shouts out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. It's your boy Blue. Peace.
Blue Blood Sport TV, baby, from the